You've got skunks burrowing underneath your shed or structure. Most people assume trapping and relocation is the most effective approach when dealing with these nocturnal animals. Well, I'm here to tell you that the utilization of the one-way door is the most humane and effective approach when dealing with these burrowing animals underneath these structures, to offer long-term solutions so you'll never have to deal with these animals again. Attempting to do skunk removal on your property or home, it's gotten underneath a shed, a deck, or dwelling. I've seen it all in the field. I've seen customers try to seal off these animals themselves, not realizing they're nocturnal animals. They'll seal the perimeter or put stones or structures in place to prevent the animal from re-entering that site. Not realizing these animals are nocturnal, they'll just dig their way back out. I've seen people try to install mesh themselves. They don't dig deep enough down or across, creating that L-shaped mesh installation we call trenching. I've seen trapping horror videos, horror stories where customers have trapped animals themselves. It's a skunk in an open cage. Now they don't know what to do. They don't have a plan for relocation. Today I'm going to talk to you about proper mesh installation and the utilization of the most humane, effective tool we call the one-way door. Now, the most common problem I come across in the field is not utilizing the one-way door. If a homeowner has attempted to do skunk removal on their own, they've either tried to flush the animal out with water, putting water in a hose right down in the burrow, thinking they're gonna flush the animal out. They may have used stone like river rock to put a perimeter border around the shed. Ultimately, the animal is just going to dig its way back out. Utilizing the one-way door and knowing when the kit season is critical. If there's young inside, that mother skunk's going to do anything in her power to gain entry back underneath a shed, a deck, your steps, or any sort of dwelling where they can burrow underneath. Utilizing the one-way door and installing galvanized steel mesh, not just down along the structure, but across the soil itself, ultimately in the shape of an L, is going to give you that long-term prevention. So we're going to dig down around the perimeter of the shed or structure deep enough till we hit either clay or something harder and install the mesh across the face of the structure, ultimately bending it in the shape of an L, so you have that downward prevention and that surface level prevention as well. We're not trapping the animal. The animal's used to coming and going from the area itself, so they know where to vacate through. Again, this is a burrowing animal. It's gonna feel comfortable going through this style one-way door as it would. It'll open and close, allowing one or multiple animals to vacate. Leave this on for a period of time. You know you're safe. All the animals have vacated. Ultimately, we'll seal it off, giving that long-term prevention. Now, why is the one-way door the most humane option for skunk removal? Again, we're not utilizing a trap. We're not stressing that animal out. If you've trapped an animal, a skunk, it's typically nocturnal, so you're capturing at night, has to stay in the trap until you wake up and verify there's an animal inside. It doesn't know what's going on. Now you are in a panic. If you don't have a relocation plan in place, you want to avoid getting sprayed. You have to slowly approach the trap, cover the trap, protect yourself as well as your vehicle for transportation. This one-way door allows the animal to vacate through an area where it's already used to coming and going from. It's simply placed over the entry point. It'll migrate through the tubular shape here, through the door, open and close, whether you have one or multiple animals. It's the most humane way for removal from underneath a shed, a deck, your stairs, or any sort of structure. It's stress-free to the animal and is you as well as the homeowner. Looking to install a one-way door on your own for skunk removal? Here's a couple of precautions to consider. One, the trenching aspect of the job. That's the physical dirt removal or remediation around the perimeter of the shed, the deck, or the structure. This could even be your concrete slab where your stairs are. You want to make sure you dig at least 10 to 12 inches down or until you hit more solid substrate like a clay to prevent that animal from actually burrowing again underneath the mesh installation. When we're installing the mesh, it's installed in the shape of an L. It'll give you that surface prevention where the structure meets the soil. When it's deep enough, it'll give you that soil precaution as well. So if the animal decides to dig down it's going to run into the mesh at the same time. Ultimately, you want to know when the kit season is. So this is the baby season for skunks. Typically, it's May, it's springtime, there's going to be young inside. You want to make sure we do a visual inspection, remove any young by hand as they're too small to make their way through the one-way door. We'll remove them, relocate them to the exterior of the structure, shed, deck, whatever application we are installing the one-way door on. This prevents the animal from doing any additional damage, any burrowing, excessive burrowing. It's a mother skunk. It wants to get back to their young, just like a human would, to protect those babies. Once the mother vacates through the one-way door, she'll have access to her young and she can relocate them to any Plan B, Plan C areas she's already pre-established. Just to recap our video and why the one-way door is the most effective and the most humane option with dealing with skunks underneath a structure, it offers that long-term solution as we're sealing off any potential entry points. The animals can vacate through the one-way door. It's stress-free. There's no harm to the animal. There's no second guessing if you have one or multiple animals. Again, the door will open, it'll close, excluding that animal to the exterior. It's not stuck in a trap or stressing the animal out. You're not stressed out in regards to relocating the animal and the potential for a spray or dispatch of a spray in the back of your transportation vehicle. Again, these will be great and useful for burrowing animals underneath any deck, shed, structures, any concrete foundation where animals have actually undermined the soil and gained entry underneath. It's the most effective tool we use here at Pest Protection Plus. And if we are utilizing the one-way door ourselves, not using a professional, you want to make sure of the kit season. Make sure you take a look underneath that structure, make sure there's no young. If you're more comfortable allowing the animal to vacate first to get a visual confirmation and then checking that void afterwards, you can simply do that, or you can call a professional here at Pest Protection Plus and we'll do it all for you. Looking for more wildlife hacks from Trapper Tony? Subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss the next video. If you've dealt with skunks underneath your shed or structure, leave a comment below.